big one this week in North Carolina. It is the Wells Fargo Championship. As you said, the purses get bigger. The other thing that I would say, I'm sort of hearing a lot about this in some of the analysis that I'm watching every week, Brady, for golf, and I could say it here in Florida too. The weather is getting warmer too, so like that's a big factor for some of these guys. They got to really hang strong here through the weekend. But let's take a look at the odds to win. And the favorite this week is Rory McIlroy, as he's back playing this week, plus 650. The prohibitive favorite, Xander, is plus 900. No Scotty Scheffler this week, so it gives everybody else a chance to win. Wyndham Clark 16-1, Cantlay 20-1, Max Homa 22-1, Collin Morikawa 25-1, and we're very close right now to the PGA Championship, which is coming up here real soon. So nice tune-up event this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Signature status here. All the big boys in the field. Big boy golf course. You mentioned Rory McIlroy. He's won here 3 times and also has multiple top 10 finishes. He's an absolute horse for this course. And he comes off of a victory in his last start in the team event with Shane Lowry. And, Quail Hollow Club, the host course for the Wells Fargo Championship, has also held a President's Cup and a PGA Championship. So, this is a major championship level golf course. It is a great tune-up for next week's PGA Championship at Valhalla Golf Club in Kentucky. I kind of skirted the favorites a little bit, Craig, because I didn't feel their prices were real attractive, which is somewhat surprising when you don't have Scotty Scheffler in the field, and you also don't have Ludvig Aberg, who just withdrew overnight. I guess he has a little bit of a knee issue, and just wanting to make sure he's going to be okay for the PGA Championship coming up next week. The shortest shot I took was Sahith Theegala. This guy has been remarkable, not only in signature events, but on the correlated courses I used this week. He's got top 10 finishes in Phoenix, at Torrey Pines, and also Bay Hill. And I thought this was an interesting stat. We go to Bermuda grass greens this week in North Carolina. And in Sahith Theegala's last 6 starts on Bermuda grass greens, the worst he's finished is 9th, and he has 2 runner-up finishes. And by the way, over the last 36 rounds in this field, he is number 1 in strokes gained putting on Bermuda. The key to this golf course, like I said, it's a big boy track. It's a lot like Torrey Pines, Bay Hill. You've got to drive it a long way, and you've got to drive it straight. And then you've got to have a really good short game, because it's one of the hardest courses on tour to hit greens in regulation. So you're going to miss some greens, and you've got to be able to get up and down. Sahith Theegala, I mentioned the putting. He's also excellent off the tee, long and straight. So I like the combination of skills he has, and I took him at 35-1, my shortest shot of the week.
Okay, so there you go. There's the graphic. 35-1, Siwoo Kim, 42-1. Young An, who you really liked last week. What a great finish he had. That was a good job by you. Corey Connors, 55-1. Schenk, 66-1. And then your longest shot of the week, I mean, this is even beyond the Kentucky Derby winner, Pavon at 135-1. So let's go through that real quick.
I thought that price was too high. I thought that price was too high. I honestly, I think he should probably be about 100-1. So if you're getting a nice bargain like that, sure. That's how sports betting works sometimes. You go where the value is. This guy won at Torrey Pines earlier this year, and that's a correlated course for us. He just finished 12th at the Masters. He's 17th in this field. 17th in this field on the par 4s that measure 450 to 500 plus yards. And he's 18th in this field over the last 36 rounds for strokes gained approach. So he makes some sense, and the price is pretty big. You mentioned Siwoo, a good week last week. This guy is 5th in this field over the last 36 rounds in strokes gained off the tee. We went back to Benny On, who had a great week last week, where he was 2nd in the field in driving distance, 11th in the field in greens and regulation. And I think this course fits his profile as well. Adam Schenk was another guy last week that finished top 20 for us. And Schenk, fits the profile this week. He was 13th last year in Texas, where he was 9th in strokes gained off the tee and 3rd in greens and regulation. Corey Connors, number 1 in this field in greens and regulation, and number 2 in strokes gained approach. So little longer shots this week, but they make sense. Okay. We'll see if it works.
Yeah, it usually does with you, Brady. And so I'll look for that text at like 2 a.m. on Wednesday.
You got it.
Thanks
It's
again for
coming.
being on.
It's coming.